builds up until the end when you do this. This is the most powerful thing in the whole dance, and it's the most simplistic. So when you are doing this, to me, it's like a fire that's burning, and you see the flames, and these are the flames. Yeah, and it's burning beautifully. And it's just to show a beautiful burning fire. And from there, the piece starts. So that's kind of the concept of it. Yeah, 3 sections that are very different, and yet they build up this magical fire. Yeah. And now we created light in the room, and let's dance. What do I mean by you're not real? You just fall and you look and you go and I 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 go. You're doing what I said I told you to do. I told you to just do. I gave Shannon a scholarship, that's what you call it, a scholarship. She could take all the classes she wanted. You know, I really liked her. I thought she was really nice. I thought she was really sweet. But, you know, looking at her the way I saw her, I was, okay, you know, she's an average dancer. Wasn't so great. And then this girl went to work. In her mind, there was a decision. I'm gonna be in this company. And I have never, ever seen somebody who was so dedicated and worked so hard. She came in and took every class all day. All day. Whatever class there was, she took it. Everywhere I went, she was taking a class and working hard. And her body started transforming. And that's what Ryan needs to do, you know. She took a body that was average and just completely transformed it. Shannon came to the audition with another 120 girls, and I was told she was petrified and so nervous about, you know, not getting it. And there were some fantastic dancers in there. Juilliard from everywhere, just fantastic dancers. And then I'm sitting in, you know, with Melissa, Melissa is my right hand, you know, and, you know, if she doesn't like somebody, they're not going in. I trust her intuition when it comes to dancers. And when I went against her intuition, I suffered dearly with that specific person. But she could read into people. And she said, I think you should hire Shannon. So I called Shannon and I invited her here into the office. And I talked to her for about 2 hours. Poor girl, I was doing it on purpose, just tormenting her, you know, just to have a little bit of fun because, you know. And then I told her that she got the job. I mean, she was ecstatic, and I'll tell you, it was one of the best choices I've ever made.
If anyone asks, this is my dream company. There's never a company that I've watched on stage and I've said, I have to be in that company besides Koresh. There's nothing else. So when I'm done here, I will be done performing.
Joe was lazy at school because he was better than everybody else. He knew he was better than everybody else, and that made him very lazy. Joe was kind of a I couldn't figure out Joe in the beginning, you know. He's 6'3". I don't know how much he weighs. He's a giant. Does not look like a dancer much when you look at him at first. I mean, he looks like a football player. And he's such a regular guy. But to watch him dance blows your socks off.
Did you get teased a lot as a kid?
Oh yeah, I got picked on all the time. You know, it's quite a normal experience for me. But I grew up in a very small town, kind of ignorant. A lot of farmers, like that kind of thing. So people just weren't used to it. Used to a guy being straight and being a dancer. So it was just automatic stereotype. Didn't matter what I did. Played football, basketball, soccer, everything, and you know. But it was something I learned to deal with, and you know, not really let bother me too much as the years went on. Obviously, I'm still doing it, so.
I mean, it is the ultimate pleasure to watch somebody who doesn't give you the indication that they'll be able to move so gracefully and so beautifully and so effortlessly and light like the wind, just unbelievable. You just don't expect it. An incredible personality and just powerful. He's an incredible partner. The girls love to partner him. He just throws them around and they feel like they can become, you know, fearless when they dance with him. And it's just the beginning. You know, I hope that I'll have many years to work with Joe. And don't do a spin. Walk. Walk. No, you're not watching. Watch. Whoa, watch. See how I'm releasing this leg? And now I see her, and then I push. But you know, you can't be like this, because if I'm too close to you, I'll knock you out.
Okay. Can I?
Yeah?
I can move with them.
Yes, let's talk about that. And just, you can move and you can even react. Don't be a dead entity, be a living entity. Nothing too deep, but there is no such thing as something that's not meaningful. They're all meaningful. My job is not to make it specific. My job is to make it organically tie together and make it live as a certain kind of entity that has a relationship within it with itself and the environment. But what it is, I don't know. I don't quite know. Now, through the title called "Through the Skin," the idea is really how to make it feel that way. That every section feels that way. So visceral and so tangible, and that it hits you, that it makes you feel immediate response. I mean, you know already how it feels to do the chairs, and then just that moment when you climb up on the chairs and then it turns into this beautiful place. That's an immediate reaction. Now, do you know what it is? I don't know what it is. And that calmness that it creates, that's what I'm interested in. That's interesting subject to talk about. Ryan's an interesting dancer. You know, he's a handsome guy, very nice. I mean, really, one of the nicest people I've ever met. I had no idea what his interest was when it comes, when it came to dance. I thought he was just a person that liked doing commercial work, which is in complete opposition of what we do.
My grandparents asked me to this day, like, how did you become a dancer? And I couldn't put it on one thing, it's just so many things. And eventually it was just like a bug. I realized that was my ticket out of Littlestown, and Littlestown is as little as it sounds. There's one stoplight, there are 2 roads, and they go out. That's it. Like, my grandpappy owned a farm. It was like, this is it.
I saw him in the audition, but, I watched him like everybody else, and sometimes, I look at people and I say, okay, they come to audition. I'm not really sure whether they really want to dance or they just come to the audition just to see what's up. And he was okay. Again, I didn't really quite notice him. And then what happened was one of my dancers quit 2 weeks before the season starts, which is unheard of and very unprofessional and very disturbing. So I started looking for a dancer and could not. I held auditions and could not really find anybody. And our season is starting already. So suddenly I see, Ryan shows up and takes Melissa's class. I looked at him, so I decided I'll watch him dance in class. And I watched him, and he actually looked pretty decent. And, in my past, I've been very good with taking dancers that are not ready, sometimes not ready at all, and making them ready, especially male dancers. That was kind of my strength. He was so enthusiastic and so interested in the company that I was, I think overwhelmed by his intentions and his interest, that I invited him to come in and start rehearsals. He started rehearsing, and then suddenly realizing that there is an issue. Ryan's not ready at all. I took him aside and I said, look, you are not ready. There is no way in hell you're gonna catch up with my guys.
Even now you're marking. You don't understand why you go over there and then you turn. You don't understand why. You just do movement. You don't understand why somebody goes there, something happens and they are turning to the other side. You don't understand it. That's the problem. You don't understand why we go this way, this way, this way, that way, this way, this way, this way. You don't understand it. You just do. You don't understand. It means nothing to me when you're dancing. It means nothing.
No one was born, a professional dancer. So I think anybody that's in a company has at one time been at that place. So they also kind of know what's going on. And I remember when I was starting, it's definitely, like I mentioned before, it's overwhelming because it's a lot of things you don't want to hear. But at the same time, going into this business, you have to be prepared to hear things that you don't want to hear.
Won't allow you to be in this if you are interrupting what's going on. I can't. You're just going to be interfering with the process. Understand? No, I don't think you understand. I really don't think you understand. I know I am. I like you. I like you as a person. I don't like you as an artist at all. I don't like you as a dancer. I think,
You see that? Your head is up your butt. Do you understand even that your head is like this? Can you see that? Up. Enjoy the space.
He really sees the potential that dancers have. So he he does yell and everything, you know, which is to be expected at this level of dance. You can't just be like, well, I think that was okay. But, you know, so like, he really does ride you hard only because he really knows what you're capable of doing, and he knows when you're being lazy, even when you think you're not.
You know, we've all gone through it. So, you know, it's kind of like, I don't feel bad for you. It's kind of like a joke, but I don't feel bad, you know? I mean, we've all done it. We all have to learn one way or the other, you know? And that's just his way of really trying to make you just really focus on what you're doing. And it's almost like he wants to scare it out of you, you know, which sometimes that's what we need. I know I needed it when I was a freshman in college. He scared it out of me. And, you know, I got there eventually. Still getting there.
I'm trying to understand what it is that, like, you said.
Come to me. Let me show you how I stop you. Come. I stop you. I don't go like this. I don't try to rip your guts out. I put my arm there. I put my arm, and then I go. I make sure that she's okay. Boom, I make sure that she's okay. You're like this. You look like a little kid who never touched a woman. Better. Make a decision. Your objective is genuine expression. You know, genuine expression. Things that come from a very, very deep place. That's what's going to make you, you know, significant. I can live with that. I can live with awkwardness, but I can't live with something that's not genuine and it's not honest. Once you give me that, you have, you know, you have something to build up on.
I feel like I'm becoming a dancer now. Like, honestly, I always felt like I was just faking it, doing the best I could to be on beat. And I've heard many people say too, you know what, you fake it till you make it. And fortunately enough times I've made it to get work, you know, and through the work I've gained more experience, more education through those directors and choreographers I've worked with. And here with Ronnie, like, there's no choice. Like, he is going to make you into a dancer, like he's doing with me. Like, he's on me every day, as you guys have seen, and even when you don't see, he's on me. But at the end of the day, he's always there, you know, shaking my hand, give me a wink, saying good job, keep working on it, but keep working on it. You know?
Like, not bigger as in arms, but like the space between your body bigger. Here, see? Yeah, so you're like here. So separate. Yep. Yep.
And does that slide? Yeah.
Boom, boom, slide. Yep.
Repeating. It is frustrating, you know, learning a new movement, a new style. Like, there's ballet, that's a technique, but Ronnie is creating a style, and he's creating an army that has that style. They live and breathe that. So it's really just a matter of being a part of it every day, pushing myself to want it, you know, and
things have been improving. Too slow for me, you know. He's missing really some serious core things in dance. I see some sparks of hope, and the truth is, you know, it's up to him. It really is up to him. This is not about how much I love somebody, you know. It is about talent and abilities. You know, it's not mercy. You know, you don't hire somebody because you feel bad for them. You hire them because they're talented. There are people out there in this company that are brilliant, and they need brilliance around them. They need to be inspired by one another.